Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm a health coach that helps you guys reduce inflammation, whatever that may look like, whether it's eczema, psoriasis, headaches, acne, other autoimmune disorders. I'm going to help you guys learn all about this subject. So today we're talking about the 5 ways to reduce inflammation. And so we're going to go through the 5 main things that cause inflammation and what to do in each of these areas of your life. So let's start out by listing the 5 main causes of inflammation. So they are your environment, nights out, so whether that's like partying, staying up late, diet, that means whether you are eating fast food regularly or if you have a healthy lifestyle, medications, and the last one is stress. So now we're going to break these up into these 5 sections, and we're going to talk about what you have control over in these scenarios to start reducing your inflammation. So starting off, let's start with your environment. So your environment may cause inflammation from a variety of reasons. So your environment is what is inside of your house and also what is outside of your house and where you spend the most time. So things that could cause inflammation from inside of your house. You want to make sure that you are detoxing your home. And so by detoxing your home, I mean making sure you're taking all of the toxins away so you're not getting exposed to toxic chemicals. And so instead of using kills 99% of germs on everything in your home, try using essential oils mixed with water or soap or even a vinegar to clean. You can even use baking soda in a lot of scenarios, especially in your bathroom. Believe it or not, there are a lot of chemicals that are actually pretty hazardous to our health that you can find in pretty much all of the cleaners that you find at a standard store. So you can definitely make your own. It's cheaper, it's easier, it's better on the environment, and it's better on your body. So start there as far as inside of your house, and then think about where your inflammation might come from outside of your house. Do you walk in a busy city? So busy cities like LA and New York have a lot of pollution, and so that is such an environmental toxin for your body. And so some things around it is don't walk during rush hour. So during rush hour, there's lots and lots of cars, all of the fumes are being emitted into the air, and if you decide to walk around the city during rush hour, you are then absorbing a lot of chemicals. Another thing you can do is wear a face mask when you're walking around the city. It's not the most beautiful thing to wear in the world, but it will help you with your health. You can also make sure you're taking daily walks into nature. Some really good oxygen is found by the ocean. My boyfriend always tells me he found out this one time that there's bacteria in the ocean that actually emit a lot of oxygen for us to breathe. So getting oxygen from the ocean is actually a really great idea for just refreshing your life. So that's environment. Now we are moving on to nights out. As fun as it seems, especially when you're younger, nights out could actually be a reason why you have some inflammation. If you have something like eczema, you will notice an absolute difference the day after you drink with your skin. You'll have fun, you'll go out, you'll stay up all night, you'll drink some alcohol, and the next day and you wake up and your eczema's inflamed, or your acne's inflamed, or your joints hurt extra. So we want to cut down that as much as possible. It's not just the alcohol consumption, but it's also the lack of sleep. So if nights out are regularly in your routine, I have some tips so that you can start to figure out how to maneuver this life so that you can reduce your inflammation. So some things you can do is obviously cut the amount of time that you spend out. Either leave an hour earlier, and we're just going to take some baby steps just to tweak our lifestyle a little bit so that you can reduce your inflammation. So, go home an hour earlier, go out less frequently, less days of the week, maybe go out every other week. And what you can do is shorten your time even more, go out later, but also leave earlier. During the week, while you're not out partying, make sure you're getting really critical times of sleep. The best times of the night for you to go to sleep is between the hours of 11 and 1 a.m. And that's because our bodies go into this crazy rest mode where we go into REM sleep, and it really helps our bodies refresh. As far as alcohol, what you can do is cut back. So just drink less drinks. You can do like every other time you go out, have a kombucha instead of a beer, or have water instead of alcohol, or, choose a higher quality alcohol. So instead of a cheap beer, go for a gluten-free beer or a more expensive wine or an organic wine. Organic is always the better option there. And that'll help you kind of maneuver these nights out so you have less inflammation for your body. So the third topic we're going to talk about is diet, which I'm a nutrition nerd, so this is my favorite topic ever to talk about. And I'm just going to tell you what I tell all of my eczema people. We're going to avoid fridge foods, and that's FREDG. It stands for fried foods, refined sugar, eggs, dairy, gluten. And you know what? You guys should also avoid inflammatory oils. So avoid those fridge foods. Do the best you can. Even if you cut down a little bit, you're still going to see a big difference. You want to make sure that you're switching to gluten-free things, but make sure that they're not toxic either. So a lot of people will switch from like, oh, just because it's gluten-free, it's healthy, I'm eating this gluten-free pasta. Make sure your pasta is something like a lentil pasta, a chickpea pasta, black bean pasta. It could be rice flour pasta. That's totally fine. Just make sure you're not, choosing something with really bad ingredients. You want to train yourself to start reading the ingredients on every single package you buy from the store. Start getting familiar with those ingredients, and if you have questions about ingredients, message me on Instagram. I respond very quickly to just about everybody. So, inflammatory oils include things like corn oil, peanut oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil. So really good alternatives to cook with is an avocado oil, a really high quality olive oil. The fourth topic we're going to touch on today is medications. So this is definitely a root cause, and I'll try my best to provide you some solutions. Sometimes there's no way around taking medications. Your condition may be very severe and you have to take that seriously. I am no way in replacement of a doctor or a dietitian. I just want to help you have better conversations with your healthcare provider based on what I'm telling you. Hopefully you have a healthcare provider that's open to these types of discussions. So, medications. A major root cause of inflammation basically can be kind of traced back to your gut health, and so your gut health is very, very affected by certain medications like antibiotics and what's called NSAIDs, which is spelled NSAID, and it's basically an umbrella of different types of medications that are pain relievers, and so examples is like an ibuprofen. And so ibuprofen is really, really tough on your gut. It leads to intestinal permeability. It leads to a lot of different issues. And so get out of the habit of just like popping a pain medication for headaches. Listen to your body and don't ignore pain. You don't want to get rid of pain. You want to make sure that you're fixing the problem. And so, for example, if you take an ibuprofen for headaches, well, headaches are a sign of inflammation. To reduce a lot of headaches, you can use what's called omega-3. You can find omega-3 from things like fatty fish like salmon and sardines. You can get it from chia seeds or flax seeds. What I do is if I feel like I have like that weird inflammation headache, I will fill up my water and I'll put a tablespoon of chia seeds in, wait like 10 minutes, and then drink it. It's a little weird at first, but you'll get used to it. And yes, antibiotics are pretty tough on your poor body. Antibiotics basically wipe all of the bacteria that lives in your gut, and that is so bad because your gut has to be full of good bacteria. Unfortunately, today we don't have that many antibiotics that can just go in and target one strain of bacteria. So instead, it just wipes all the bacteria out. So one thing you can do is if you do have to take antibiotics, make sure you're taking a probiotic with it. The last and most important thing that we have to talk about is stress. So I actually have a background in having eczema, and my eczema is so triggered by stress. And stress is very interesting because it comes from a lot of different places. So everyone's inflammation is different. Some people have the acne, some people have the eczema, psoriasis, some people have IBS, they have GERD, they can have joint issues, headaches. And so what we want to do is reduce this inflammation. Well, what you need to do is start recognizing patterns of inflammation. Write down every time whatever it is you have has a flare-up, and try to link it back to what you did the day before. So were you stressed out? And funny enough, your stress can look like excitement. Anytime your body has a rush of these like fight or flight hormones, that is actually a form of stress. Stress can also come from working out. So you have to have a really good balance. You don't want to stack stress on each other. I want to include this really awesome graphic that I found about like basically chronic stress and how you have to keep your bucket full so that you can dump your bucket out. You'll see the graphic here and it'll make a lot more sense. So what you shouldn't do is when you're stressed out about a test, go do a really hard workout where you're really lifting, you're really working your muscles. Instead, do something that makes you feel good. Go for a light jog for 5 minutes or lay in bed, take a bath, do something like that. So it's really critical you create a de-stress routine. I'm working on that myself. A lot of my stress comes from excitement from work. I am obsessed with what I do. I will film videos for hours. I'll do work for hours. And I notice my body gets really tense and really tight. So I go make myself watch some TV or chill out for a little while. And I'm working on a de-stress routine myself because that's my biggest flaw. But that is it, and I hope this video really helps you guys start taking the steps that your body needs to reduce inflammation. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and I have a little clip I'm going to play. It is my new outro, and we're going to play it right now. Thank you so much for watching that video. I'm now going to go over all the different things that I offer and how I can help you further. So if you're looking for a support group, I do have a Facebook support group called Healthy Skin, Happy Living. It's an awesome community full of people all over the world. It's very diverse, and people go in and just ask each other, I have this problem, is it normal, and am I okay? And so people will be like, yeah, I went through the same thing. So if you're looking for a little bit more specialized help, I do have a self-help guide. So if you're somebody that's like, I can do this myself, I know what I'm doing, all I need is a guide, then I do offer that on my website. Just go to coachmichellemills.com/self-help, or just go to coachmichellemills.com and explore the different options. If you need even more help than that, I do have coaching programs. It's for eczema specifically, inflammation-related disorders and diseases as well, and I help coach you through that. It is a very specialized coaching. There is a video on my website that goes in depth. So I just wanted to tell you guys, I have a lot of stuff going on, and I can help you in such a large range of ways. And if you shoot me a message on Instagram, my handle currently is _MichelleMills_. It will be changing to Coach Michelle Mills very soon. Send me a direct message and I will add you to a support group messenger on Instagram. And everyone is amazing, still very diverse, very supportive, and I'll see you guys there. See you in my next video. Bye!
She